If you are over 50 or even over 40 and you are planning your next solo trip, on this video, I'm sharing with you 8 essentials that you need before you travel. And these tips will help you to have a hassle-free trip. The first one might seem like of course, but guys, check your passport. Check that everything is correct on your passport. Most countries require that you have at least 6 months left on your passport. I remember my brother traveling with a passport that was, when he left, he had over 6 months, but when he came back and wanted to travel to different places from that place, well, he couldn't. He had to wait there and do a new passport because his passport was less than 6 months. And that can cost you a lot of money and will delay your holiday and create so much more trouble. I often make sure that within the last year of my passport, I will go and renew it within that year. I don't wait for 3 months, 6 months. I try to do that a little bit earlier to make sure that I'm not stuck, because sometimes it can take a long time for the passport to be produced. So check that you have your passport and enough time left on your passport. Make sure that you have enough pages, because if you travel a lot and all is covered, and sometimes they require, like if you're taking visa on arrival, you need to have a page there for them to stick the visa document. And if you don't, you may be in trouble because they won't give you a visa and you may have to return back. And there's little things like that that can create a lot of issues for you. It's extremely important to check from official sources, because online will tell you a lot of lies. I remember going to Gabon with my French passport the first time with my family. Online it was saying that French people could enter into Gabon visa free. That was like in 2006, a very long time ago. I arrived and I even printed the document, but when I arrived there, they asked us to return back to France. We had to spend a night at the airport with my daughter that was 9 months old at the time and my eldest 4 years old, with my mother-in-law, my husband, who they were all coming for the first time to visit my home country in Gabon. So that was quite something, because we all checked and we were sure that we could enter Gabon without needing a visa or taking visa on arrival, and that was not the case. We had to call for people outside. You know how it works in Africa, you have to have connections, and then they allow us to do the visa the next day, but we slept at the airport. I had the same thing in Ghana. It was saying that I can have the visa at the border, but it was such a struggle then. That was back in 2023. Today, I think Ghana opened their border to all African passport because I have a dual nationality. So check your passport, check that your visa, your return ticket is all available, because when you arrive, you will be asked to show all this information. And another thing is also make copy of all of this information, put them on your drive and give them to a trusted person. So in case you can't find them and you can't access internet, or no matter what happened, somebody can send that to you. And you can also have a copy in case, like a lot of places, I'm traveling to Africa soon, next week. And a lot of places, electricity may not be always available, so is internet. So relying on a mobile phone or technology may not work all the time. So check where you're going and make sure that you have the plan Bs, everything in place to make sure that if anything arises, you are covered. The next one for me is travel insurance. Mainly when you travel in far away lands, right? It's even more important, especially for us over 50. It is a peace of mind to have a travel insurance. Like, I'm traveling to several countries in Africa, 5 countries, and in different cities. I'm going to have a travel insurance that will cover me for all that period. simply because if something happened in a lot of places in the world, the healthcare is not as organized as in the West. And not only that, it can be extremely expensive if you want to go in a good standard, right? So a place where you know that they're going to take care of you. So it's very important to have your travel insurance when you're traveling far away. For me, when I travel within Europe, I'm okay. You should. I don't always when I'm just going for a few days in Europe, because I know that whatever happened, I have family. Let's say I'm going to Paris next week. Not next week, actually. This week, in 2 days. I'm not going to take a travel insurance because I'm French. I have family there. I know the cost if something happened. And it's a 45-minute flight back to the UK. All right? But my advice for you is don't do what I'm doing. Do what I'm telling you to do. You should always have a travel insurance with you. And if you have a credit card, a lot of credit cards have travel insurance included in, the benefits. So make sure that you have a travel insurance. For me, this is non-negotiable. It saves you so much, if something happens. In case of medical emergency, also if there's like flight delays, anything, natural disaster, whatever, you will be protected. Number 3 for us over 50 is health check and medication. I'm type 2 diabetic, so before going and make sure that I've checked with my doctor, I've already done that. Make sure that I'm okay, and I've done that like a few months back. I've been doing a lot of checks too because I was planning that trip to Africa. I started a health challenge, 75 balance, which is my adaptation of the 75 hard to prepare my body, right? I walk daily, I eat less carb and sugar, etc., right? All of that to prepare me to when I'm traveling, I'm in a more optimal health. Make sure that all your prescriptions are up to date, meaning that you have enough for the time that you travel and a little bit more, because you never know, there could be delays, etc. And having your medication is very important. Keep also your prescription. It may be required to show your prescription if you have a lot that you're traveling with, and if you don't have it checked. But like me, I'm traveling with a backpack that I don't check. I don't have any check luggage. I always need to have my prescription with me to prove why I'm having them and to show that they've been prescribed by a doctor. Number 4, extremely, extremely important, it's emergency contact and information. You need to have not only on your phone, the contact, like you could even call that emergency contact. So if something happened to you, they can type emergency contact and find the number of the person. But on the top of that, you need to make sure that all the different information, like your hotel details, address, all the information that you would need when you arrive at the destination need to be on your phone, but also I prefer to have it written also in a notebook, a small notebook that I keep with me. You never know, your phone lose power and, then you don't have access to this information anymore. And I would also print my reservation numbers and everything to be able to show that not only at the airport, but in case my phone run out of battery, I have the information on paper to show that. And I also have that in my notebook. That will also serve me later. Like when I'm in the place where I'm going, and if I need to call a Uber, I can show them the address to tell them where I'm going, right? Some places it's quite difficult to read the name. So having all of that written and showing it will save you a lot of time and hassle. Number 5 is money and budget. For me, I like to have a mix of both, a little bit of cash for when I arrive, because again, depending on where you're going in the world, an ATM cash machine is not always available. I'm traveling to Africa, to several places in Africa, 5 different countries, and I know that finding an ATM is not always easy. It's not available everywhere. So you need to have some cash with you. And unfortunately, the 2 currencies that you can use anywhere in the world and people want them, it will be starting with the US dollar and the euro. I live in the UK. The pound sterling, you lose a lot of money. I've tried that so many times. So I will try to have a little bit of these two with me stashed somewhere in case I need them for the taxi when you arrive, or Uber. If something happened for whatever reason, your card aren't accessible, you know, you have a little bit of cash to carry you, you know, forward until you find your card or solve whatever situation you are in. Okay, to not put your money in one spot, I will always put a little bit here and there, because if something happened to one of my bags, well, not everything will be taken at the same time normally. So, you know, you need to be safe. Make sure that you put money a little bit here and there, just in case. Set a daily budget to not overspend. Some of my friends that I spoke to don't do this. I have like a mental budget that I want to spend per day. So let's say $50 per day. I want to make sure that I don't go over that, and I always have that in mind, because when I'm spending, shopping and all of that, if I'm already at 100, you know, it doesn't mean that I can't allow myself to have fun, but I know that I will have to cut back the next day off, or for the days where I am at home. You know, it does balance itself out, but having a set daily budget does help to not overspend. Next one is technology. Having downloaded maybe the Google Map, translation app, local transportation information before you go will save you a lot of time. If you have like a physical map or download it on your phone, it's easy, it's already there, so it will be easier for you to navigate even without internet. And also get a eSIM card as a plan B option. The best way is to get a SIM card where you arrive, a local one, mainly in places where I go for my next trip in Africa. It's so cheap, you know, $1-2, you have a SIM card. But sometimes you arrive and they may not be accessible straight away for whatever reason. I have an app on my phone, iRollo. I will put that on the screen. I used them when I went to South Africa, Cape Town, Johannesburg, Namibia. I went to 3 cities in Namibia. I went to Zambia, and I've used them. It's a lot more expensive than having a SIM card directly, because I even had SIM card, and often these people outside will sell you a SIM card and will give you like credit inside the SIM card to say, okay, you have such amount and it should last you for a week. But often what happened to me when I was in Zambia, the amount that they say will be in the SIM card was not. So I ended up having to use iRollo, because whatever they give me didn't even last for a day. And those eSIM are fantastic. Usually the newest phone have a eSIM. Buy a eSIM from the country you are visiting. It saved me a lot of trouble when I was in South Africa, Namibia and Zambia, because a lot of what we do, booking buses, train, accommodation, everything is done via, you know, the online. So if you don't have these apps, then it's a trouble. Yes, you can do physically, but so much hassle to go queue and sometime overcharged because you're talking to a human with their weakness. Online, it's an app and everybody pays the same price. Number 7, it's home security. I'm adding that because a lot of us over 50 maybe is living by themselves, divorced, separated, or for whatever reason, or maybe you're traveling as a couple, right? And then when you're leaving, your house is empty. It's really to make sure to talk to your neighbor, to make sure that they can keep an eye on your house. I remember I was going to go to America last year, doing my sabbatical, a 1-year sabbatical, because I wanted to go to the Caribbean. And so I had booked a house seat with a family. I was supposed to be with them, to look after the cat for, I think, 2 weeks near Boston. Everything was booked, etc. And they called me days before I was due to travel, at the end I didn't travel, by the way. Days before I was due to travel, to tell me that they had to cancel because they have camera. And as they left because they were leaving, they had 2 holidays. They were going for a weekend to see some family member, come back for a few days, and then when I would come, they will go now for a very long period. Anyway, so as they were leaving, they could see on the camera that people was breaking in the place. I mean, something happened to the place. They had to shorten the holidays and come back. All of that to say, it's a peace of mind when you know that your home is safe. Then you can travel and enjoy your holiday without thinking, oh, something may happen to your home, right? So having your friend, neighbor looking after your place. When we used to travel all together and the house will be empty, my best friend had the key and would come. Our neighbor, we've been here for 24 years, and we have a neighbor that have been here all that time with us, so we can trust them, and that was so easy. For me, this time around, my husband is here, I'm solo traveling, and my adult kids as well, so yeah, it's covered for me. Number 8, it's not the least important, it's certainly one of the most important, is the mindset preparation, to prepare yourself mentally for that trip. And there's something that's extremely important, guys. Not only solo traveling can be something that is daunting, worrying, you're going to a new destination. Guys, I've been traveling a lot in Africa because I'm from Africa. However, going to different countries that I haven't been, it's like, I don't know, you live in the UK and you're going to Italy. It's still Europe, but you don't know Italy if you haven't been there before. It's a new culture that you have to learn, a language that you don't know, same difference. I'm originally from Gabon, and this time around I'm going to a part of Africa that I don't know. I've never been there. I need to prepare myself mentally. Even starting from the airport can be stressful. There's so much that comes with traveling. For me, I know that not only I like to arrive at least 3 to 4 hours early. I sit there, I have my coffee, I'm on my computer, but because I want to pass security as early as possible. So if there's something happening, I have time to fix it and not lose my travels. And also when you arrive at the airport, just know that no matter what happens, you're gonna have a good day. If they search you 100,000 times, it's all part of the adventure. It starts at the airport. When you go with that mindset, you will be less stressed. When you arrive in a new country, in a new place, be open-minded. You know, it's not your country. It's not, things won't look or be like what you know at home. It will be different. If you chill and accept that it is what it is, that's the way things works there. I'm on holiday, let's go and just enjoy time and go with the flow. You'll have an amazing time. I'd love to know, which one do you do before your travels? Unless you have another one that I haven't listed, please share in the comment because I would love to learn as well. If you're not subscribed and if you don't know me, I'm Jase. I'm a solo traveler over 50. On the channel, I encourage you to live your best life, to go out there, explore the world, and to know that life starts at 50. 50 is our best years. Go out there, explore the world, and be happy.